Well, you join us at Hornby Hobbies HQ for a quick Q&A session with Scott Elsey, brand MD of the brand Pocher. So you've asked your questions, the models that you'd like to see Pocher produce, and we have one here from Ashley Turner, who would like to see the Forza edition of the Pagani 2010 race car that was in gold from Forza Horizon 4. Okay, so a video game. I suppose video games have been responsible for bringing lots of people into the interest of cars. And Pocher, would you say there's a particular buyer's market? Is there a particular age group where it's sort of aiming towards, or is it literally for anybody?
It's absolutely for anybody. With it being a sort of tactile hobby, we find that that's quite a good escape from video gaming screens.
Right.
Take yourself away from a screen and actually focus on something that's more hands-on and manual. So it's a much more mindful thing to be doing to build a model like this.
So we're not ruling it out, but I would love to see a Pagani or a Koenigsegg.
Yeah, Pagani is a really good suggestion. Obviously, it's an Italian heritage brand, and with Pocher being an Italian heritage brand, there's a lot of synergy there.
Yeah.
And the Paganis are built in a very Pocher style method.
Way, so
lots
probably
of
fit quite.
CNC machined parts and bespoke engineering and things like that.
Yeah. Okay, well there you go. We've got another suggestion here. Now this is a little bit left field and it's a completely different scale as well. A Dennis Trident Alexander bus model in 1:43 scale.
That is a little bit of a departure from where we are.
I don't think that's going to happen somehow. Sorry about that, Ashley. A suggestion from Martin Blackwell. This is actually one that I quite like and I hadn't thought about, but perhaps some of the Group B rally cars. He's suggesting an RS200. I'd have to say something like a Delta Integrale with the exposed rear on a 1:8 scale kit. I think would look quite nice.
Yeah, Lancia Stratos.
Something like that as well.
Good example,
There you go. We never know. We never know what's up their sleeves, but I'm sure they'll take all these suggestions on board. So Keith Parsler works for JLR, so he's suggesting a 1953 Le Mans winning C-Type Jaguar.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
Or, bear with me here, a Series 3 air-portable LandRover, so the LandRover lightweight with a Sankey trailer.
It's probably a good subject, but maybe a bit of a niche model. LandRover is a good subject, and that's something we've considered in the past. As I was saying, we have a huge long list of wish lists of models. The difficulty for us is actually taking that big funnel and sort of narrowing it down to what our next move is going to be. So,
possibly. I mean, it's a loyal following with the Land Rover there. Cade Lane wants a Bugatti Chiron.
Bugatti again is a really good synergy with the Pocher brand.
Yeah. It
being that sort of halo model. So yeah, Bugatti is a good suggestion. I
mean, this style here, so 917K, it's quite exposed, isn't it? You've got your steel tubular. I'm assuming it was steel. It wasn't aluminium, was it? Steel tubular.
Yeah, it was filled with gas to make it stronger.
Okay, so that in terms of finding out where everything goes, potentially easier than something like a modern day car where you've got lots of compound curves and...
Well, the flip side to that is that if we've got a partner that's willing to share the CAD data, that actually makes it a lot easier because we can work from CAD data rather than working from scan data and drawings.
I see, right.
So the historic models, if everything's exposed, like a good example being the Lotus 72,
right,
you can get a huge amount from that scan. But if with the 917, for example, with bits being hidden, that's where, as I was saying, to get a model that's broken down or it's being partly built or it's in rebuild, that's actually a really good opportunity for us to scan all the bit that's under the skin framework.
So in theory, could anything be created for the brand? It's just a question of what's the most economical, perhaps. And
I mean, often the hardest to research subjects are going to have the most appeal because it's the subjects that people have avoided in the past.
Yeah. I'll go through these quickly. Mark Chandler suggested a Fiesta ST, but that's only because he's got one. In terms of races, an F1 Lotus 49, Le Mans Golf Ford GT, actually quite a good shout, or a 72D. Dunk Gosling suggests a Mazda 787B. So
yeah, it's another
rotary,
good, iconic as well.
Nice sounding engine.
Remembers.
Yeah, and I do believe that is it. So thank you for sending in your questions. Thank you for answering them. I hope that's helped. Obviously, they're not going to tell us what the next kit's going to be, but perhaps your answers might have influenced their decision.